Remember, even though the time may change, I won't corrupt, said it, nigga. And I'm calling out names. All y'all.
You know, I try to keep busy. I am busy. And I don't really give into all the bullshit and all the drama. I try to stay away from it. Because, like, I don't even want to give these people any fucking attention. But sometimes you gotta let them know that you're not one to fuck around with. You know what I'm saying? And just because you thought you got away with this shit, no, motherfucker, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. See, I like to pride myself on being patient, giving people the opportunity to self-correct. But when they don't, when they wear out my patience, well, you done fucked up. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this shit right here.
The shit because I didn't go to Thor's memorial, and I'm like, I didn't know there was a memorial to go to. And you know why I didn't know that? Because Glenn Lawrence is the guy that's organizing all that stuff and has been taking care of Thor for the last, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months. I don't know how long he's been like, you know, sitting around like a ready vulture. But the thing is like, I can't really fault MLD because he's just getting bad information from Glenn. That's all he's doing. That's all Glenn does is just poison people's relationships.
Oh, okay.
Like
in fairness, this doesn't seem like the kind of thing that I would have said publicly anyway. So
Ryan is
maybe
right.
that's
He's
just the
saving you
Canadian
right
in
now.
me, where like some things aren't really
He's trying
brand
to save
material. So
yeah, I mean, I don't care one way or the other, but it's just
Let me
like,
ask you something.
like MLD, like.
Let me ask you something. Does being a vulture, you know, look like, I don't know, like this?
Yeah.
But it's okay if we just used one.
Yeah, but we're going to stick to the plan.
We're going to do parallel.
We're going to stick to the plan that we've always done. No point in changing anything up. No point in changing, messing up a good thing.
No, and it will be blue purple.
Right now we're doing which one? Balls.
We're going to start the ball.
We're going to start with ball.
Yeah, I had to give him his medication.
Cicipine is done.
Administered through his
parallel after
line.
This is run.
Yep.
And
they actually wouldn't let him out of the hospital.
Yep.
So we need
unless
to
somebody
and then it needs to be. Let me look
was
here.
going to be willing.
But we need some saving to clean, which is when you do a push on that. I need to watch
on how to do this.
Good morning, we're at Harbor.
Let me tell you something. They were going to actually send him to a rehab facility unless somebody in the family or somebody in the house was willing to get trained to administer that to him. He was afraid that he was going to die in a rehab facility. He did not want to stay in the rehab facility. You know that? So he asked me to do it. And I did. But yeah, I'm a vulture, right? Oh. Let's see what Thor's had to say about that.
Great. You have never been here before, and we're going to enjoy the experience of looking at tools today. Thank you for taking me out. Right leg's a little funky. I don't have my eye patch, so we're going to go slow and just enjoy ourselves and then go grocery shopping.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight. You lead the way.
All right, I'm going to go slow, okay, because got a little heel strike problem, and then without the eye patch, I got to be careful.
Well, yeah, let's not run anybody over.
Nah. But my mental outlook's pretty good, so thank you. You definitely did something wonderful yesterday for me and Missy, which your prayers as a son of God was pretty amazing, and it works. So thank you for that, and thank you for being such a good friend. The best times of my life was, meeting you, becoming friends, doing all those things. Vegas.
Oh, really?
Vegas is fun. Riding to Vegas is fun.
Did you hear that? Yeah. Didn't sound like a vulture. Hey, Rollo, were you up? at like 2 a.m. when he would wake up and he'd be hungry and you would have cereal with him, even though you're dead ass tired? Was that you? No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you, right?
When you screwed up, you don't necessarily apologize. I talk about that, but you reflect later, and if you realize this was not the best course of action, that's what I'm talking about. You have to have some, and then you have to have a review of the actions that you take, the encounters that you have. What was good? What was bad? What could I improve on? What can I do that would make it worse? And don't do those things. To live out my days in my house. I want to live out here. I want to reach out, be able to touch my friend's hand when things get bad, and they do. And I want to thank him and tell him I love him.
He definitely wasn't talking about Rollo.
I'm sorry, it is my best.
Yeah. This is the last time he spoke.
I am things differently.
And about Glenn, who is now more part of our family than Mitch has ever been.
You know what, Rollo? You never showed up. Why didn't you come see your friend? You know, you had people fly from other parts of the country, some in other countries, fly in to see him. And you could even drive 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You know, Sterling came by. Pearl came twice. Pearl came over twice. Yeah, it's true. AJ flew in. Yep. Paul Bauer came by. He flew in. Nuke flew in. But you know who didn't fly in? Oh, MLD flew in. He came in with Cappy came by with Sterling, and don't forget John Finch came by. Look at and then this memorial thing that you said you didn't know nothing about, right? Can you explain this? Here, let me blow this up for you. This was sent to your D&D group. You didn't know about it? Who are you lying to? Listen, you do a lot of lying, okay? And that's your thing, whatever. But why lie about something like this? I thought he was your friend. But I guess he wasn't really your friend, was he? Look, you could have been here. All these different people showed up. But not you. Even Gia McCool. But not you. Why?
Hey, Thor, Missy, and family. Steven Crowder here. Sorry, I look like a bum. I had to duck out. My dog got stung by a bee and is in the emergency room. And then we realized he might have been attacked by like a bobcat or something. So we thought we fixed it with the bee. Turns out it may be the bobcat. But the point is, it's all small potatoes compared to what I know you guys have been going through. Pearl filled me in on the story, and my prayers are with you. I know people say, oh, what does that do? There's not really much we can offer other than thoughts and prayers. And of course, our finances. But, celebrities don't do that. I'm not really a celebrity, but I like to consider myself a celebrity. So I figured this video is enough. I think that's how it works. You do have one thing going for you. Your name is Thor. So, like, the writing is on the wall there in the sense that you should be able to pretty much beat the ass of anyone or anything. Like,
you know what's funny? He did end up giving $750. You know that? So, people that didn't even know him reached out to support him. But where were you? Thought you were his friend.
Godspeed. And eventually, they're saying that, like, I think 40 years from now, cancer will be a thing from the past. But that doesn't help any of us, and that sucks because that's. But it's good to know in the future. I'm not helpful with these things, but sending love your way.
one more thing I gotta
Listen
address,
to this
and
again.
because people kept jumping in my DMs. I guess MLD was giving me shit recently, and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Apparently I'm a piece of shit because I didn't
You
go
are a piece of
to
shit.
Thor's memorial, and I'm like, I didn't know there was a memorial to go to. And you know why I didn't know that? Because Glenn Lawrence is the guy that's organizing all that stuff and has been taking care of Thor for the last, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months. I don't know how long he's been like, sitting around like a ready vulture. But the thing is like I can't really fault MLD because he's just getting bad information from Glenn. That's all he's doing. That's all Glenn does is just poison people's relationships. Like the
In
minute
fairness, this doesn't seem like the kind of thing that I would have said publicly anyway. So
Mhm.
maybe that's just the Canadian in me, where like some things aren't really brand material. So
yeah, I mean, I don't care one way or the other, but it's just like, I mean, like MLD, like call me up. Like you have my number, MLD. You can talk to me anytime you want to, but apparently I'm a piece of shit. So
Yep. How about we hear it from MLD's mouth? Because Glenn didn't talk to MLD. I mean, I have spoken with MLD, but not about that. Not about you. You're not someone I even think of. But let's just hear what MLD had to say about you.
Yeah. Did you get to talk with Thor before? Yeah. Unfortunately, you guys know Red Pill Thor did pass away. That's why I went out and visited him. I was one of the few people that went out and visited him. Uh, Rollo Tomassi's a piece of shit. He didn't go out and visit him.
What was that?
Yeah. Did you get to talk with Thor before? Yeah. Unfortunately, you guys know Red Pill Thor did pass away. That's why I went out and visited him. I was one of the few people that went out and visited him. Uh, Rollo Tomassi's a piece of shit. He didn't go out and visit him.
Yeah.
Even though Thor wanted him. I got to see who's who really when Thor passed away.
You're damn right. Did you hear what MLD said? One, he said he got his information from Thor. Two, he said why he thought Rollo was a piece of shit. Not because Rollo missed some memorial, but because Rollo never went to go see his friend that he claims to be a friend with. And it was because of his lack of action in his friend, for his friend, is why he thought Rollo was a piece of shit. It had nothing to do with Glenn Lawrence. Damn right, didn't it? Was mentioned about Glenn Lawrence. Glenn Lawrence didn't even come out of MLD's mouth. Never. Nor did anyone else say Glenn Lawrence. Nope. Except Rollo, who's constantly lying. You know what? This reminds me of something. Not only did you fail to see your friend when he only lived 2.5 hours away from you. And here's the funny thing, because every time I would ask Rollo or Thor, hey, did Rollo make plans? I mean, let me know. I will take off that day and give you guys space, give you guys opportunity, nothing. Crickets from you. But remember this? Remember when you made this promise?
Style creep. I can do it now, and I'm glad to do it. I'm glad to help other people. I'm glad to put money out there. And yes, by the way, people kept asking me about Thor and everything else. The reason why I didn't participate in the Kickstarter thing or the fundraiser thing for Thor is because I'm working behind the scenes with my good friend Trader SZ. I'm trying to see if I can get him something really more substantial. Now, Trader SZ sometimes gives me really sizable donations for things. Usually it's like crypto and stuff like that. Trader SZ really wanted to help me out when Ned's medical bills came down, and I said, just hold off on that. Let's see what I can get from the homeowners insurance before we get too deep in the woods there. But that was right about the time that Thor had his tumor removal, and so everybody was doing the fundraiser. I didn't participate in that because I didn't like the fact that everybody was dealing with Pearl, Ben, whoever. Because essentially what she's trying to do is buy off other people's sympathies, and you're not going to buy my sympathies. But that doesn't mean I don't care.
So I'm working with Trader SZ right now. I'm gonna see about getting him a sizable donation for his medical bills. And I said, don't give it to me, give it to Thor. So we're working on that right now. It's a crypto thing because he's waiting for like I don't know how he does his crypto or whatever, but that's how we're working it out right now. And I've already contacted Thor about this, so he knows. But because people kept asking, how come you weren't on that show? Well, that because I don't have anything to do with Pearl. Simply because she's just doing it to buy.
You know what? You know the funny thing is? That never came through, did it? Did it? Not only did you not go see your friend, you didn't even follow through with the promise that you made your friend. And I'm the piece of shit, right? No, you're the fucking piece of shit. You know? You're like the worst type of person. So I'm just going to say this. You just better pray to God that I don't ever bump into you. Ever. Because if we cross paths, I might just fuck you up when I see you. Just because of this. Not even talking about all the other bullshit that you lied about. But just because of this one. Yeah, I might just fuck you up because you're a shitty ass friend. You know, I'll just leave it at that. But again, let's just recap. Motherfucker, you did know about the virtual memorial. You did know. And just so you know, I have all your text messages. Not that you sent to me. Oh, but Thor's. I know all the things, private conversations that you may not want out. You know, you don't always have to be a piece of shit. You don't have to stay a piece of shit either. You could actually make good on one of your promises. Like, how about all that money that you were supposed to raise for him that you never did? And you just wish that nobody would fucking know about it or remember it? How about you do this? How about you donate it to the Sons of Thor, the nonprofit that's been started in his name, and actually do a good fucking deed for once? Men are in crisis. Fatherless homes, broken marriages, silent battles no one sees. But weakness, pandering as wisdom, that ends here. Thor once wrote, "The masculine presence doesn't whine, it doesn't shrink. It builds, it conquers, it creates." The Sons of Thor exist to forge men into protectors, providers, and patriarchs. This isn't theory. This isn't victimhood. This is brotherhood. Be watchful, stand firm in faith, act like men, be strong. Here, iron sharpens iron. Here, excuses are stripped away. Here, men are remade. This is the forge. This is the call. This is Sons of Thor.